The FBI has arrested Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat player Terry Rozier as part of illegal gambling probes. Rozier was arrested in connection to illegal sports betting, while Billups is tied to a high-stakes gambling operation linked to the mob. The agency's director, Kash Patel, says more than 30 people were arrested as the cases span across the U.S.
This is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing.
Let's bring in Dan Roberts, editor-in-chief at Front Office Sports. Dan, Rozier was connected to illegal sports gambling. Can you break down what we've learned?
Absolutely, and thanks for having me on, Lindsay. I mean, the story is crazy. Now, as you correctly said, Rozier and Billups are two separate cases, although Damon Jones, who is a former NBA player and former coach, is involved in both. So that's kind of the overlap here. The Rozier case is the one that colloquially people might call point shaving, right? So Kash Patel likened it to insider trading, but sharing inside information with bettors, mostly about prop bets, including potentially, allegedly faking injury or leaving a game early to help those prop bets come through, involved in a much larger case here that, as you said, involved 30 arrests. And the Rozier case, supposedly the investigation into this took the FBI 2 years. So behind the scenes, this was going on for quite a while. Now, even though all the arrests were made this morning, the Billups case is separate and arguably far more colorful and kind of sounds like a movie to me. That is an illegal poker ring tied to the mafia in which Billups and others were used as bait to lure high-stakes bettors in a rigged game that had a lot of crazy tech involved that really stacked the deck, literally, in favor of the mafia. So two different but related cases here, and obviously a huge black eye for the NBA on day 3 of a new season.
Let's talk about the black eye on the NBA. How do you think the league will respond?
Well, the league has given a pretty thin statement for now that basically says, you know, we are letting the investigation run its course and we take integrity very seriously. Billups and Rozier, who are both still in the league, Terry is on the Heat, although didn't play in their game last night, and Billups is the current head coach, although obviously not now. Now you have Tiago Splitter as the interim head coach, but both have been removed for now, and you know, they're letting the investigation play out. But the NBA is going to be pressured to say a lot more about this. It's funny, just 1 month ago, we had Commissioner Adam Silver on stage at our Tuned In Media Summit, and I asked him about betting and legalized betting. He gave a very long, nuanced answer, but it is interesting. I mean, 10 years ago, it was Silver who wrote a now kind of infamous New York Times op-ed arguing in favor of legalized betting, and at the time saying that the league should get integrity fees, which was kind of mocked. Now to hear him tell it, this state-by-state landscape that was caused by striking down the federal ban is really a mess for the leagues to deal with. They are going to take a lot of heat about this. But again, it's not just the NBA that is dealing with scandals that have resulted from legalized sports betting. We've seen a number of them in baseball. And yet basketball seems to be the sport where you have the most of this, probably due to the prevalence of prop bets. So a lot of pressure on the NBA. One thing's for sure, we've reported on this separate Clippers, Kawhi Leonard aspiration issue. That is probably going to get buried amid the news about this betting scandal.
All right, Dan Roberts, thanks for shedding so much light on this. We appreciate it.
Thanks.